Hello there, and welcome to the Pipsoclock weekly market analysis for this last week of September 23rd to the 27th. Alright, this is Monday already, and the markets have opened, and we have what we have here already. As you are seeing on the screen, gold has recorded a new all-time high. It has already hit 2,631 and still poised to do more. And even Bitcoin is pushing hard to break the resistance at 64,000, or rather 65 here, that it was rejected some weeks back. Okay, so we are going to be looking at Bitcoin as the main crypto we'll focus on, to use it to advise on crypto trading, and then we will be looking at gold, and of course we'll then go over to GBPUSD, EURUSD, and this week AUDUSD will be part of our assets that we'll be analyzing, because we'll be expecting the RBA to make their interest rates announcement this week. So it's important that we consider AUDUSD, and of course we're also going to be adding USDJPY, also because of the interest rate report from Japan this very week. All right, so you can check the economic calendar and check the video on news review, where we already considered these as in the economic calendar. Okay, so quickly let's go ahead and start with gold. So gold already, as you are seeing and well know already, because of the US Fed rate cuts last week, and their position on that, investors are really dumping the US dollar, and gold appears to be taking advantage of that. Okay, so already gold has made a new high for the week and the month also. Okay, so will this continue from here, or will there be a pullback? We have to watch and see. However, we will just switch to 4 hours and look at what to expect, okay, from gold. So all our 3 moving averages of 200, 50, and 21 are pointing up. Okay, so what we'll just do here is to pull in this. Now you want to use your pivot points, support resistance levels tools to really determine or rather form a confluence on this. So if we work with the low of last week up to this current high, we will be expecting gold to retrace back to 50%. We'll be expecting it to retrace back to somewhere around 2,588 and 2,577. That's 38.2% retracements. We'll be expecting that. But if we go by the week before last week, the low. Okay, so we are also going to be expecting it to still come down to 2,558 now. You know, this one here was 2,588. Here with 2,558 and 2,541. So those are the two critical areas we were expecting. But if you drag it further down, you might also use the 200 period moving average to see gold also trying to, I'm not really sure gold can come down as low as 2005 at 506 this week. I'm not certain about that, because the market is really bullish. Instead, it's going to be making new projections, new highs, and one of them could be 2,700. That may be the next target. Okay, 2,700. But then before 2,700, let's go with a springboard from last week and see what we expect. 2,683. It's almost 2,700. So just watch out for that on gold. Okay, so quickly let's switch over to AUDUSD. And remember that AUDUSD and gold also tend to correlate somehow, sometimes, not all the time though. Okay, so for AUDUSD, we on the weekly time frame, AUDUSD already has a bullish stance, and what we have for AUDUSD last week compared with the week before is a higher high and higher low. And so this week, will AUDUSD record a new high? Considering that the RBA interest rate, the forecast is still no rate cut, but then surprises can be pulled. The current rate I think is at 4.25. So would there be a surprise rate cut or rate increase? We'll need to watch out. So can AUD break the high of last week? Let's keep watching. So let's quickly switch to 4 hours and find position. So we have this, so we are still going to be using high of last week and the low. Based on that, we are going to have something close to this. All right, so we have okay, so we'll be having the 50% retracement is around 0.67653, 0.67653, and that's on that. Now, if we and 38.2% is at 67480. So watch out for reference to that point. And then if you take it from the low of 2 weeks ago, then we'll also be looking at there's a confluence around between the 38.2 retracement and the 200 period moving average, and so we will be looking at 0.67047, and then with the 50 period moving average and 50% retracement, you have 67303. So these are the critical areas to watch out for during this week on AUD USD. Okay, so watch out for that. So let's go on to check the GBPUSD. Okay, let's start with EURUSD first before we go over to GBPUSD. So for EURUSD, for the week, of course, last week was an impressive bullish move. Of course, trading above and breaking the 200 period moving average. And now, where it is right now, question is, does it have the momentum to push further up, or will it come down? Let's watch out, because even as this is already positioned here now, it looks to me that it doesn't have the momentum, the leg that will give it that push up. So there's a likelihood that euro will drop from here first. So, but let's switch it to 4 hours and see. Let's check on 4 hours and see what we could be expecting. So we'll still be using the high of last week, and the low of last week is somewhere around here. So okay, we can use it from here. And so if we go by that, by both the high and the low of last week, so we are looking at Euro USD touching 50% retracement at 1.11289, or 38 at 11146. But then let's go and connect to the week before, because that was where it pulled the momentum from. So if we go by that, you now see a Euro USD that may touch a confluence of both 38.2% and 200 period moving average, and 50% returns and the 50 period moving average. So what we are looking at here now will be considering 1.010736 for around that area. Now, if you look at the 200 period, is around 1.10691. So between 1.10691 and 1.10733, the first confluence, and then the next one now will be between, in fact, we'll just run with the 50% retracement around 1.10954 for you. So watch out for these levels. Of course, by the time you plot whether your daily or weekly pivot points, or however you want to choose to pick your support and resistance levels, just watch out for these confluence areas. Okay. All right. So let's quickly switch to the GBPUSD. For GBPUSD, we on the weekly time frame, I think a similar scenario with euro is playing out here. Okay, so we'll just switch to he recorded a new high. Of course, last week you can see there, you can still see price hanging up there. Does it have the momentum to push up from there? That I doubt. I think that a pullback or retracement is possible, will happen first before, if at all, it will want to go further up. But then let's give it to it. All right, so let's look at the high of last week or to the low, and we'll be considering 1.131986 for 38.2 retracement, and 50% retracement is 1.32257. So we are looking at it, but then the conferences are not strong here. So let's look at the low of the week before, and 50% retracement. I mean, the 200 period moving average is still far away at 1.30706. So we are looking at perhaps at 1.31709 and 1.31309, maybe good places to wait. Okay, so I think that's the much we can take back. So you just impose your support and resistance levels and tools, and of course, your trend lines, and see what you can make of this. Just bring this, consider these key levels I've mentioned here. Okay, all right. So quickly, let's check on USDJPY before we now switch over to Bitcoin and wrap it up. Okay, so on the weekly time frame, USDJPY is rising from what's called now several weeks of collapse. Okay, several weeks of collapse. So it was rising from the last week. It's tried to recover by forming a bearish engulfing. And what is happening right here now? Is it sustainable? Does it have the momentum? I ask to push this up from here. Well, we need to watch and see. So let's just check on 1 hour. And on 1 hour, I mean on 4 hours rather, that will cover for the week. On 4 hours, everything looks good for the okay. So on 4 hours, it appears it's trading in between the 200 period moving average and the 50 and 21 period moving periods. However, what I am looking at here, I don't see it having that strong momentum to push beyond here. So a critical point around here now for us will be this 200 period moving average. Let's look out for price action around here now that could signal a sell, of course, pending the interest rate reports that will be coming out. Let's quickly check the economic calendar at fxstreet.com. So let's just quickly scroll down there and see. Um, So RBA interest rate is on Tuesday morning. Then on Wednesday, let's see. Let me expand the calendar so that it will cover the entire week. Okay, so for Japan, the BOJ interest rates should be the monetary policy minutes. That's which day? On Thursday. Yep, it's Thursday. Okay, it's Thursday. Okay, it's the monetary policy minutes that we have for Thursday. For Thursday, yes, it's monetary policy minutes, not the interest rate. So, but the okay, so it's the monetary policy report or the monetary policy minutes, yes. So that's what will coming up on Thursday. So your USD JPY is as good as you just watch the price action, around here on 4 hours, and look out for a shooting star or any signal that will tell you to sell the USD JPY. Okay, finally, let's check on our darling crypto, Bitcoin, and we are going to be looking at. Let's switch to weekly. And okay, so on the down channel that was drawn last week is still there, so it's still trading in between that channel. So 64,000 where it is right now, and beating the high. Okay, this on weekly, yes, beating the high of last week already is interesting. So we may be seeing Bitcoin pushing to go and test the new resistance level, because if it breaks past this 64, if it breaks past it, because at 65 it was the last high he recorded, forming a double top there. at 65,000. So if it breaks past that 65,000 level, in fact, the resistance at 64 and then 65,000, if it breaks past that level, then we'll be watching and see Bitcoin probably going upwards to test the 68,000 price level still on this channel. Though what we have here is actually a flag. This is a bullish flag, all right, on the weekly perspective. So long-term investors watching this now, I believe, will really be glad because the bullish flag is really working. It's really working for the long haul Bitcoin. So at the break of this, who knows whether it is what would send Bitcoin to $80,000 all-time high. Let's watch out for this. But when will that happen? Will it be this month? Will it be next month? Will it be this year? Will it be 2025? Let's watch out and see. So the bullish flag here is really taking shape for Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. But then we just want to look at what we can pick for this week on Bitcoin, using it as a guide to other crypto. So still very bullish, and it looks strong. It looks strong to really go. But you need to also trade with caution. Don't just relax and leave everything like that. Okay, so let's hope that. Okay, let's bring in Fibonacci to where that means we're going to be working with this just the same way gold has made this new high. So it's like it's now somehow correlating with gold. Now look at it here. The 50% retracement from this, from I think the lowest low was here, yeah. So that will tell us Bitcoin most likely, if it retraces and pulls back, there's a confluence here at 61,000, all right, at 50% retracement, and 38.2 retracement is showing us 60,000, but the 200 period moving average on 4 hours is showing us 59,525. Okay, so we don't know, but let's see what happens. So these are the areas to watch out to buy more. So if you see, just watch out for price action that will signal perhaps a little correction here, so you can pull out if you are bullish on Bitcoin, and then watch out for these price levels at 61,113. 61,113, and of course you have the next level 60,259, and of course 59,499 there about there. Okay, so that's for Bitcoin. So you want to watch out for these key levels, but then if you go by the rise from this was from the week before last, so you'll be looking at 50% at 59,154. But if you go further down to the low of 3 weeks ago, you are also looking at 58,000 most probably. But then the question is, how far will it come down that way? Well, you need to also check the fear and greed index on CoinMarketCap to really make a more informed decision. Because the fear and greed index currently is still neutral, though the bulls have an upper hand. All right, so you can see on the fear and greed index, the fear and greed index is 51% tilting towards the bulls, but then still neutral. So meaning that what is happening right here now, the bulls might still push it further up. Yeah, because it's still tilting in favor of the bulls at 51%, yes, and it's still seen as it's still within the neutral zone. So it's likely that Bitcoin will still push beyond 64,000, but let's watch and see. All right, that has been it. I want to keep your eyes open and be observant, be attentive to what's going on, and you want to also join our trading room service and for the signals when we see good high quality signals that will help you trade to win. So from all of us at Pipsoclock, we want to wish you a very wonderful, profitable, and green pips trading week. Thank you, and God bless you.